My name is Jasmine. I'm an illustrator working on a medieval comic. Welcome to my channel. I finally have a moment to sit down and show you every page from this book. Once we get through the flip through, I'll then show you what I plan to use as my next art studies sketchbook. So stay tuned for that as well. Before we dive into the flip through, I should explain to you what this is. This is not your typical la-di-da sketchbook where I draw whatever I feel like and my creativity is poured into this sketchbook. No, I used this primarily to do art studies. So that means drawing anatomy, studying anatomy, doing any kind of art studies where I'm copying a piece of artwork to try to break it down, either compositionally or the colors, color studies, anything that involves me trying to improve my skills. This is what I have used for several years, and I made it my goal last year to complete it. I didn't fill that in 1 year. I think I filled in about half of it last year. The reason why I have this sketchbook is that because I'm working on a comic that's basically running a marathon, there is no time really to go on side quests and make these beautiful sketches or illustrations on the side. If I'm trying to complete this massive comic that I have planned for several years, I really do need to devote most of my time to it. So this has always been a side practice, or a habit really, to incrementally try to improve any of my drawing skills or my color perceptions little by little. These are little wins. This sketchbook is not supposed to be something pretty to look at. This is usually a private thing, but it's important to share with you guys what a down and dirty type of a study sketchbook could look like, so it seems more relatable. And if you don't have this habit but you would like to improve your skills, this would be a really good habit to pick up, and maybe not every day, but maybe once a week, to try to dissect either anatomy or art pieces. So there's my introduction. Now we can go into the flip through. So this is the Denick sketchbook. They don't sell this size anymore. The size that they do sell is this one, so it's a little bit smaller. This size was really nice, and I don't know why they discontinued it. The reason why I bought another one is because the paper is nice and thick and it's really smooth, and I like smooth paper. Alright, I put that back. So the first page, it looks like I started it in 2021, you guys. 5 years ago, June 2021. I had bought the sketchbook at Michael's, and I remember drawing on it that same evening. This was a photo, another photo, and here I was trying to figure out how the knee looks like. This is from a reference pack from Graphic. I used a colored pencil and, marker. This was all from the same pack, so you can tell it's the same model. Here I wanted to learn more about horses and armor. So this is from a reference pack. This is using a fountain pen, and this is just colored pencils. Drawing horses is still not yet a priority for me because horses aren't going to be appearing in my comic until the next chapter, so I still have a few months before I really have to figure out horses. I really like how this one came out. This one I was trying to figure out how to color armor. Armor is not as hard to color as you'd think it would be. And I'm studying hands. Hands are really important. This is when I started to do my studies with this multicolor ballpoint pen. And I found it really useful because once I would get the shape down, I could correct it with a different color. And so I do use red to make corrections, or a darker color to define the shape a little bit more. I also really wanted to get the male body down, especially getting the muscle groups. So I found it really useful to draw muscles in circular motions and try to get the 3D volume of that. Here, this was a medieval dress or elf reference pack. I wanted to look into the folds, trying to get folds right. Again, these are all from reference photos. I've zoomed in a little bit and the lighting's gonna start changing because it's already 3:30. So bear with me. This is when we start going into actual timed anatomy studies. So this is when you get like 30 seconds to draw the figure, and then you get a minute and then 90 seconds. And this I started to do it with a group of art friends. So they were a lot of fun, but very stressful. And you end up with these kind of weird shapes and unfinished drawings. But it's a good exercise. It's just a little stressful. The different colors is to show different sessions. So you can definitely tell that I was completing half a page per session here, which is about 30 to 45 minutes. It seems like I wrote here 2 minutes, so these sketches are 2-minute long, which is not a lot, especially when you have figures with clothing and they have complicated poses. 2 minutes is really not a lot of time to try to get the full figure and all the little details from their costumes, which is why I say it's a little stressful. Now, I don't know if you can even see this, but I made these studies with highlighters, pastel highlighters. They were useful in drawing these hands, but not very useful for the faces. And yeah, these are timed studies as well. Some animals. My art friends wanted to switch it up by adding animals to our timed studies, so that was fun. But I don't feel like I learn as much drawing animals as I do with the figures. Now, maybe that's because I don't really draw animals too much in my comics, so they're not as relevant. And this is with charcoal. Here, my art friends and I, we did some landscape studies using charcoal. And it was fun. It was like doing thumbnails, but I really didn't feel like I was learning that much. Like, it wasn't challenging me enough. So that's why you only see this once in this sketchbook. I think if I were to go back to this, you guys, I would do it with the focus of trying to pinpoint perspective in every photo. So here, the perspective lines would be over there, would be going out, and basically training my eye to figure out the vanishing points more quickly. I think I would like to do that soon with photographs or trying to do drawings of outdoor scenes. That's really where I need to grow. And that's what's cool about making these art studies. At every session, you change your focus. Here, I was focused on faces and expressions. Here, I was focused on more gesture drawing and trying to get the shape as quickly as possible. More gesture drawing, so you can switch it up and change that focus. You can tell that these are the timed ones because lot of them were blobs. I don't know why I can't draw expressions very well. Maybe I'm just used to drawing manga faces that the human expressions, they just look so uncanny and disturbing. Like, what is that expression? And that's where you need to ask yourself, do I need to improve on this? I'm not sure I do, because I don't usually draw these kinds of faces for my comic, so you have a limited amount of time in your day. You really got to figure out what it is, like laser focus, what it is that you truly need to improve on, like yesterday. Oh, I remember these. These I drew at a museum. I have the full vlog on my Patreon. It's an exclusive vlog on there. I take this with me to the museum and did some studies. And yep, that bird does exist. It's a type of vulture. Here I learned that alcohol markers don't work with this paper. I mean, just with the bleeding, they still blend really nicely. You just can't use the other side. I think this was a Tombow marker, which is why it's not bleeding through. So it's not an alcohol marker. This is actually in one of my recent vlogs. I was trying to figure out the anatomy of the back, especially the shoulder blades and the collarbone. I pulled some drawings from here, copied them down here to try to remember what that anatomy looks like. Really useful. I like how he came out. And also this guy. Yeah, I really was trying to figure out the shoulders for a little bit. Here I was working with Woomer colored pencils, so I tried to recreate photos with the colored pencils. It was really fun. I made a video, you can also check that out. This is in a second video, I believe. Yeah, I don't remember if it's the same video, but I have vlogged making these. I like how he came out. I was trying to get the lighting figured out. Yeah, Julia's playing now, so we're gonna have to hear that in the background. I'm sorry. And this is the end of the sketchbook. These are the last bits of anatomy drawing. And here I was experimenting with acrylic markers, which is the previous video to this one. You can check it out already. And that's it. My thoughts on this, I can really tell that I've improved my anatomy, especially when it comes to drawing men. I have definitely improved a lot. And that's because I am consistently drawing and not worrying about how good it looks, just trying to dissect the body and figuring out all the lines that simplify the body, basically. So I definitely want to continue that habit, but to change it up a little bit. This was great, and I would like to finish something else in 1 year. This I would not be able to recreate in 1 year. There is no way I can finish all these pages in 365 days. So why don't I do something smaller where I can still fill it in every day, and then we'll have a fun flip through at the end of the year. It's the One Piece edition because I love manga, and I thought this would be very inspiring to have it be manga-fied. These are the little details of the manga. And this is also the One Piece cover for it. And yes, I did get the One Piece post-it notes. I am not sorry. It's a planner, so it has a monthly and then a daily section. So this is a blank monthly. What I've been doing is tracking my progress. So every day that I do some type of art thing, I jot it down. That way I can look back at my month and see how much I've done. Because honestly, I forget all the progress that I've made. If I don't complete something that day, it doesn't feel like I did anything, which is, I know, ridiculous. But this has helped me sort of not feel bad after a day's worth of drawing or editing a video. If I didn't complete a page or a video, I can look back and see like, oh, okay, well, I've been working on this. It's just I didn't finish anything that day. This will be really nice for me to keep myself from falling into the trap of I didn't do anything that day. Again, really silly. Sometimes you have to do these silly tricks to not beat yourself up. So that's what I plan to do with my monthly section. Oh, also this is the pencil board. Also One Piece, I love it. Now for the dailies look like this, right? Just a regular planner. If you're considering a small planner, this actually is a really great planner. But that's not what I'm using it for. So I'm gonna be doing daily studies in it. So by the end of the year, this will be completed and we can do a fun flip through to do yet another art studies. And so there you go. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And let me know if you do any practicing. Where do you do it? Do you have a dedicated sketchbook? Or maybe you do it once in a while in like a notebook or even in your own planner? Do you worry about not making enough progress every day? I worry about that sometimes, where I really don't want to stagnate. It's important to have a consistent beginner's mind always, and so this is my way of trying to maintain that. So we'll see how this year will end up with my studies. I will report back. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.